Hey you guys, what's up? It is KlaireeBerry and I'm here today to bring to you a wonderful Divine Masculine DM reading. We're going to get some answers as far as how we need to proceed with our twin flame unions. Okay, I take a very different approach to this whole situation. So stay tuned and we'll learn a lot of the truth of the matter at hand about things that have been holding us back perhaps. Okay, so overlying underlying energies, peacock. Okay, peacock is a beautiful bird. It's one of the only birds that is very mysterious in the way that it's like, why its plumage is like gets in its way. It's like, why is this so beautiful? A personal issue reaches resolution. Okay, we may not understand all the mysteries right now, but that doesn't mean that we can't move forward and reach our resolution anyway. Okay, this is about peace. This is about higher ideals, beauty, higher mind. There's something out of balance in your life, so do whatever you need to do to correct it. Okay, I'm getting that there's some really good intentions coming through here. There's a lot of purity here, even though things are out of balance with Divine Masculine. Okay, and the issue is reaching a resolution, and it's going to take here. We have full moon in Cancer. We do have our moon going into Cancer on Tuesday, March 3rd. Okay, we actually have a lot of things happening that day, so this might be kind of watch out for that day, in a good or bad way. I mean, we're going to be in Gemini moon starting today. It's going to be like a curious growth, I think. Growth, learning, higher mind, getting things in balance, dealing with your personal issues, and then the communication is something that might also be part of this thing that needs to be corrected and balanced and, resoluted. Prosperity. Your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. Lovely. Lovely. So money might be going well. There might be some focus on the financial side, on, DM side, or, could be also both sides feeling some of these issues, because again, there is. And also remember that you can always watch these for the Divine Masculine side of yourself and for the Divine Masculine side of your twin flame relationship. Okay, your material needs are provided. Okay, but I think this has to do with this balance. There's something out of balance, so correct that as well. You may be able to use your prosperity to correct that. So yeah, I am getting, it's kind of a personal inner working and kind of working things out right now. It's kind of like shaking it off, shaking something off and achieving that balance. It's like the equivalent of taking a deep breath and then you automatically feel better. That's kind of the energy around this. It's like getting higher and higher, learning. And it's learning and communication, I think, is really coming through. But it's coming through because of the emotions and also because of the work that is done, I think, on the outer sides of life that is bringing this prosperity, that is bringing, and it's the wisdom, too, that's connected. It's kind of, everything is kind of working together here, but something we must let go of, okay? Something that we still need to make sure that we're not falling back into in our relationship, okay? And that includes with our relationship with ourselves. Dawning of a new day has to be, you may feel like you're being tested after you've learned a lesson in these next couple days, okay? You might feel like you're being tested. DM, you may feel like DM is testing you, perhaps. Again, take it as it resonates. It could be flipped. When I say DM, it could be you, it could be them. It just, watch out, because if you're being tested, it's not like you're being tested like maliciously or on purpose, but it's kind of like in a way you are by the universe, just that, that we want to see if you really learned your lesson. You know what I mean? It's kind of the vibe, okay? it's kind of, there's a lot of planning here. There's a lot of looking forward to the future. What's going to happen? What's going on with my twin flame? Looking for signs here. Okay. Very nice. So, yeah, it's like you've been trying to go within. You've been focused on them, or vice versa here again. Okay. Somebody's trying to look to the future. I feel like maybe somebody's trying to look to the future with, what is this? And think that it was all somebody else's fault. There may be some blame going on here. Okay, but nevertheless, it's looking at the future and what it looks like from here on out. And it has to do with kind of awakening to this idea that we have to change, that we have to move, that we have to keep growing. We started something new and we've got to follow through with it. This is how I think Divine Masculine feels. And it's kind of like they may be searching for this, you know, beautiful resolution or this beautiful peace, something like that. And they're really doing everything they can to like come into that and to be passionate about it, to do the things that they need to do in order to, you know, to get there. It's kind of like a balanced, positive action based on healing that has been done, based on growth that has happened, based on passions. I think the Divine Masculine is in a really standing true to themselves moment. And they're probably learning a lot as they are working through, I think, some of this shadow work over here and inner healing that they're going through. And again, going within in the doorway here. And they may still be thinking about it. They may still be talking about it. They may still be needing to keep going with this, but they're started. They've started something and they really can't look back. So they're not. They're going headstrong ahead, you know, full speed ahead, full steam ahead. And again, I think some mysteries are really being unraveled. I think a lot of things are developing. Again, there's a good mixture of this passion growing, of this inner growth, of healing. Okay. And I think it's kind of exhilarating and kind of fun. Okay. But then, of course, there's this reality, you know, of the situation. Oh, back to reality. Oh, back to the mundane. Oh, back to the 3D. But there's really this idea kind of waiting for something to happen, waiting for Divine Masculine is like just going through the motions. Even though they're doing this own work, it's like they still have to come back to reality and they still see that things kind of aren't overtly changing. So it's kind of like, keep the faith here, keep the faith and make sure that the way that you're acting is in alignment with what you actually want. Because remember, we want to utilize the holistic law of attraction. Okay, that just means instead of just thinking about what you want, you're actually feeling it to the point where you're acting on it. You're the one who has to create the magic. And when I say you're the one, I am not necessarily talking about DM. I'm talking about probably who's watching this video, which is DF right now, who is absolutely connected to Divine Masculine, who needs to, kind of understand, you know, which is why we're here, as to what, you know, Divine Masculine might be going through. Okay. But there's magic surrounding DM right now. Okay. There are definitely, I'm getting like spirit connections here. There's doorways opening. There is, again, there's magic happening, but it may not be overt for the world to see right away. This may be more of an inner, maybe the initial steps, maybe still working out the kinks. You know what I mean? Because again, it's one thing to go off and have an experience by yourself, but it's one thing to take that experience back into the world and live on it and spread it and, you know, things of this nature. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep going with Divine Masculine energy over here. Okay, what are we coming into? Yeah, I think it's getting to be a deeper and deeper experience, and basically what Divine Masculine has been seeking over here, and what he or she has started off on seeking to find. They're really going to, since they are so committed, and since everything is kind of rolling with them and working with them right now, including the spirit world, you know. And again, pray for the people you love. Pray for your divine partner. Pray for your twin flame to be protected, to make their progress, to, you know, be surrounded by love and light and all of these different things. Pray with them on their journey, and just send them as much love and healing and understanding and harmony and peace and everything as possible. And you can really help them to get even deeper when they're on little journeys like this, if you know what I mean. Okay. I think there's this underlying message of realizing how beautiful everything really is, how deep everything really is, deeper and higher, deeper and higher. Okay. And that's why we're letting go, because we're seeing, you know, that it's more, there's more, you know, to life than just survival. You know, there's more to life than just go to work and pay the bills and buy shit and come home. You know, like, life is deep, deeper and higher, deeper and higher. And we've got to learn to kind of live that out instead of just wish about it and hope about it and pay lip service to it. If we really are going to help make this world a beautiful place, we need to start with our own lives. We need to start with our own hopes and our own dreams and our own goals, you know, and our own intentions. Okay. So what this is saying to me right now is, of course, your deeper inner love, your deeper inner child showing up for yourself. It's almost like the person who, you know, loves flowers. If you love flowers, buy yourself those flowers. If you love, you know, giving gifts, if you love receiving gifts, then give gifts. You know, if you, it's like there's this balance of life where you kind of get in this groove of success by not being stingy and by not being, you know, by being humble and giving. You know, you can really receive a lot, and that may, you know, it's just this feeling that the love's never going to run out. It's just this never-ending fountain that keeps on going. It's true success, you know, is love. And the more you love yourself here, the more you're going to attract the love of others, the more you're going to be able to love others and not get in your own way in relationships, okay, which might have happened for you in the past, may or may not have happened, or that may be, again, what your partner's pattern is, or both, okay? But we're coming through. What we want is more clear to us, you know, we've cut, I feel like we're doing that, going back to basics. Like, do children, like really young children, when they're not perverted by society, you know, do they really want a big ring, you know, and a big, like, or do they just want to be with their little prince? You know, they just want to be with them and they just want to play with them and they don't care about all that extra nonsense. And that's kind of what this is like this new idea coming through, this new vision of what life could be together. Okay. It's a very childlike, very innocent, humble, you know, authentic style of living that really embraces this beauty that we have. Okay. And it's like that mystery, but that is of the unspoken, that is like actually just happening. And again, shines so brightly, I think, for all to see. So expect your resolution, expect that it's good for you, that it's good for the world. Know that what you want is truly, you don't need to be anxious about it in any way, shape, or form, because it is what it is. And it is what is, if it is what is meant to be, if you're so sure about it, and if you want it that bad, then just relax and breathe and be thankful for everything you're about to receive, everything that you already have received, because you've been given these signs that you know, that is what you want. Okay. Divine Masculine may be sitting back right now, may be working on, you know, this emotional side. And for Divine Masculine to be working on emotionality here, that goes real deep, you know, and so they may be kind of wrapped up in their focus again on the future, they may be really focused again on the twin flame here. There's just two, you know, there's two, and it's what they really want. This is their passion. This is their drive right now, driving them to a very a very distant land for them, a very weird place. Okay. And then even after they're back, they still have to almost readjust and get used to life again with this new reality. There's a lot going on for DM here. And again, it's making their intentions very, very pure. And so make sure, again, that you are DM, if you're watching this as a DM, are matching that. And, you know, any inner child healing work is going to be great right now. Getting really pure in the idea and the intention and the manifestation of what you actually want. And again, cutting away any of that excess, any of that, you know, show off type of stuff I always talk about. This is about you and your person and your life and how you're going to help the world going forward. Okay? This is about coming out of ideals that you might have been stuck to, that didn't really help you to be the kind of leader that you actually really wanted to be. Being able to change, okay, but understanding that it does take time. We do not change overnight. There's a lot going on, but it's not going to necessarily come forward from the divine masculine. They're going to be tight-lipped. They're not going to share everything they know, especially when it's fresh, especially when it's raw and when it's going on and when they're still processing it. They're going to have time. And again, it's like this don't rush. You know, it's kind of like, I'll see you when I see you. I'm here for you. You know, only positivity, only goodness. You know, it's okay to send messages. Hey, what's up? How's it going? You know, just checking in on you, making sure everything's okay. You know, making sure you know I'm here for you, you know, or just touch base like in any way that feels right for you without being overbearing. Because I think there's a lot right now in DM's life that seems overbearing. Again, kind of as they're in this process of coming back to reality after this maybe possibly major, you know, aesthetic or, you know, mystic kind of awakening in a way. So again, it's this return to purity, return to truth and basic love and knowledge, you know what I mean? And that goes for themselves, and it's bringing something to a completion. And I think it's bringing some old ideas and some old ideas of what the relationship was to a completion. Okay, so again, there's probably going to be some change. There's probably going to be some wrapping your minds around this change right now. Okay, and again, you may not be seeing a lot out of DM as far as this change because it's still inward. It's still in the emotional side. Okay, but they're definitely getting somewhere. We'll just put it that way. And their ideas again of what this relationship can be, I think is really getting a big boost and it's just almost mind-boggling. And that's why it just takes that time, you know, to really process it all. Okay, so yeah, personal issue is reaching a resolution. Believe it, achieve it. This was coming through. Okay, so again, rapid change of mind, it could be communication styles too, but I really think it has to do on the inside here, how they're communicating. You know, there may be some shadow work done. There may be some big awakenings that have been happening. So understand that you're in a good place here. You know, I think that, you know, if you love and care about divine masculine, you know, just keep on praying for them to keep on going this way and keep on having these awakenings and understanding. And don't necessarily push it, and don't force anything. Don't be trying to get attention. I think just just be confident. Be confident and know that things are happening the right way, that they should. Okay, so I'm going to take that actually over here because I want to say we are doing blockages and solutions. Let's do blockages first. Okay, here we go. Okay, so yeah, not going within here and not being focused. Going within will help you get your focus. Okay, it's being in the truth, but I think it's also staying in the truth. It's like every time the wind blows, we may change our truth a little bit. Okay, so there's this idea, you know, that again, I think there's a little bit of blame on somebody, and I think it's both. If one side is feeling blame in one way, then another side of the relationship is feeling blame in another way. So do the shadow work. Think about how you may be feeling blame. How are you blaming others right now? Could be your person, could be somebody else in your life. But I think either way, it can help you, okay, to kind of flip that switch and say, how am I blaming others? How are they blaming me? How is this a sign as to some way that I need to change my thinking, change my emotions, change my behavior, etc.? Okay, follow the signs that are within, that are trying to get your attention. Okay, there's like some chatter, there's something that's saying, hey, look at me, this is the way to go, follow me. You know, but we're like, what? That's just something random, and we're not paying attention to it. And it has to do with ourselves too. It may not be some outer, hey, look at me, but it's something that we're feeling, something that we're thinking about, projecting. Be careful of what you're focusing on, especially with anything that you don't want. Do not sit there and focus your time, your energy, your emotions, especially on anything negative. Just stay positive. And of course, this is mainly for the future. Like, we do need to go back and work on some issues of the past at times, but we can't get stuck in them. We can't, forget where the road is leading, okay? And what the purpose of it actually is. We have to find that purpose and follow through. And that's a part of going within and then going back into our regular life. There's got to be a balance between the inner and the outer life. But it's not going to be truly balanced and healed unless you go within and do that inner healing work. That's where the happiness comes from. That's where, again, we're not blaming others. We are looking inward to see how we are attracting certain things in our life. It's always something that we're attracting, whether we want to admit it or not. Life is beautiful and deep in this way. A lot of people do not understand it, but that is it. That is the answer here, is to go within. I mean, it's already telling us the solution in our blockage here, because our blockage is not doing something. So we know what to do. Okay. And again, oh my goodness. Hello. The clarity that we get from doing the inner healing work will keep our actions right. Will keep our actions righteous. And that will really create, I think, a good, steady, solid communication with our person. So that may be kind of the first thing to work on, is that you don't have to change the whole relationship in one day, but being able to establish just a very simple, very true, just stick to the truth, stick to what you know to be true and what you know to be righteous. And when you're in that mode where you're ready to reach out to your person, then make sure that you're in that mode of you're in your higher thinking. You're in your healed space, okay? You're coming from a place of goodness and love and not expecting anything necessarily, but just that caring and loving friendship. That is what you want your communication to be wrapped up in, okay? I think there's, sometimes it's easy to get into the fear and to get hopped up on emotion and drive and what you want and how you want it right now, and that can sometimes alter your mood and your communication styles. So really be careful about that. And especially with divine feminine, a lot of times knowing and understanding the depth of the relationship at all times, more on a higher level than DM. Again, there's still this sense that, divine masculine is searching for something, searching for answers, and again, needing to go within. So for divine feminine to go within is a good thing. For divine masculine to go within is a good thing. And it's going to start showing, I think, in the actions, after a time, okay, after enough work and healing has been achieved, okay, but we still need to stay in our truth regardless while we're waiting, so to speak. Even, it's just staying in your truth at all times can just obviously help in so much. And just staying steady, I think right now is maybe something that we haven't been doing as much, that we really need to be doing. And we really need to make sure, again, that our actions are really in alignment with what we actually want. It has to go all the way from the mind, all the way to the actions. Okay, and actions over time as well. Okay, sorry. So we're going to keep on going here with solutions, but there's a definitely strong sense, we can't overlook this over here, we got to rush into going within. We got to rush into figuring out our innermost issues here. There's a lot that is telling us to go within. Now, this is coming from our divine masculine side, okay? So that's great. That's great that it's almost like divine masculine on some level is realizing this and might be really, really taking this time to do nothing else but raise the mind, raise the vibration, probably working on communication, but maybe more just really in solitude, really going deeply within. And again, there's almost this kind of shock value. Like, what the hell? My life is now completely different. Or like, wow, I really realized something that just changes the way I look at everything every single day. There's something, again, and it might have to do with this prosperity. There's just a lot of change. There's a lot to wrap their heads around here. And again, that may be why they're out of balance, why divine masculine is out of balance, okay? Partially. Because there's just, again, so much change. So, again, balance is really important, okay? And again, this shadow work is the best thing to do for really balancing out your mind, balancing out your emotions. It's really a great tool, okay? It's the first part of switch work. Flip the switch, everything changes. You got to go within to be able to flip the switch, or you're never going to know. You know, that's where the secret switch is. It's within. You have to go within. That's how you reach this personal resolution and possibly this prosperity. Okay, so solutions. Wow. 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 Look at this. Can you guys see this? Oh my goodness. The first two cards. Is that not amazing? This is on solutions. Okay, let's see if you guys can still see this. So go within, go within, go within. Righteous actions, righteous mentality. And then we have the Two of Cups, the Lovers, and the Ace of Swords. Yes, baby. Yes. There's a feeling of calm that just overtakes you. You just know that everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to be okay here. Okay? You and your person are divinely connected. It is higher and deeper than you. So be sure to check in with your spirit guides and, you know, God and the universe and yourself so that you can stay in the closest possible connection with your higher self. Your closest possible connection with your spirit guides, because they are helping you and they are helping your person. Again, your person is growing through, divine masculine most likely here is going through big changes. And I don't want to, I can't state this enough, is that divine feminine, if divine masculine is going through all of these changes, then you better bet your britches that so is divine feminine. Okay, divine feminine may be a little more used to it. It may be done this a couple times, but there's still a lot of lessons being learned during this resolution. And pretty much the only way to process them fully here, I think, in this change is to really go within, because it is in our emotions. It's in our thoughts too. They're very closely related. But this is deep. This is deep love. This is deep. This is finally giving in to loving yourself and truly being open to it. And divine masculine is really reaching some higher depths of self-love. And that is the solution. Allow it to happen. Divine feminine should not push at all. Divine feminine should focus on herself, just like divine masculine is focused on his self or herself or whatever. You know what I mean? The common theme here is that both of these two are underneath. Okay, they're protected. Everything is happening for a reason. Everything is happening for a reason. If we can stay, we have a tendency in the past to maybe have put all our attention on our person, But you forget in this triangle, there are two other people. There needs to be a balance between all three, between spirit, between divine feminine, and between divine masculine. there needs to be the balance, okay? Everything else will come from that. The health, the love, the mission, the spirit connection, all of it. It all starts from you, your connection with yourself, and your connection with spirit. So it's very important for both divine masculine and divine feminine, and even again, both sides of yourself, to be really connected to your higher spirit, your higher powers, your spirit guides, God, the universe, angels, however you want to call it and look at it. Ask them to be with you. Ask them to protect you. Ask them to provide for you. Ask them to guide you where you can be of service, where you need to go. The communication levels, and there may not be a lot of communication right now between divine masculine and feminine. However, I think that is going to change. There is this new beginning. Again, do not try to force it. We have to get it right. We have to get the connection right, again, between ourselves and our deeper and higher selves and our outer spiritual outer. It's a microcosm, macrocosm, so I can say outer, but whatever. It's your spiritual. It's your inner and your outer. It's having the inner be balanced with the outer. Everything in alignment, from your beliefs, your thoughts, your expectations, your actions, and your actions over time. All of it is going to be adding up here. But right now, it's more inward. It's more inward. And then we've got to get our feet. And we've got to get our feet, and we've got to keep our mental straight in order to keep us walking in the right direction. And as we continue down the right path, the righteous path, we will reach new heights. We will see, it's almost like we will sing new songs. We will have a different tune in our heart. And we will attract. We will be at a different frequency within the way that we even treat ourselves. There's no fear here. There's only vulnerability, going within, opening up to yourself, doing the inner healing work, going outside, being open, looking up, even just the act of looking up, holding up your hands and accepting, the love and the energy. This is just drastic change. Life is definitely changing. Okay, we have resolution, but we also have imbalance. We're working this balance out. Again, it's this balance with your expectations of what to expect about life, what to expect from a partner, what to expect from yourself. Do you truly trust yourself? Do you truly, is your life how you really want it right now? Your life. Don't expect a partner to come in and make everything better. It's like, make your life awesome now, and then you can share that awesomeness with your person. It's all focus on the inner, focus on the one, focus on your communication with yourself, focus on your thoughts. Focus on the shadow work in the program. Again, program is 30 videos. It goes through with the holistic law of attraction, shadow work, and inner child healing. It's a very good tool in getting all of this stuff straight, reaching true resolution with your inner self, and moving forward and be able to come into union not only with yourself, but with your person. Okay? Check out my playlist, the Twin Flames Talks playlist. I've got a really good video on the Twin Flame Paradox. Talks about how you really have to come into union with yourself and with the universe and come into this balance of understanding and love and peace. Letting go of anxiety, honestly. There's a lot of anxiety that used to be wrapped up in this relationship, and we're letting it go. This is a freedom. This is a choice. This is an understanding. This is being able to communicate with your person on a deeper and higher level. Finding a way to make that happen, but also allowing that to happen based on the places that you're getting by doing your spiritual work. Deeper and higher, deeper and higher. Again, we had some clear signs here. Let go of any fear. We're not letting fear. It's all about the love. When you go within, it's all about the love. It's all about the love and the truth. Shining a light on the truth will always lead you to the love. Love is all there is. You have to deal with your shadow before you can get to that purity. You have to change. You have to have this flip of the switch, which is, again, what the shadow work is. Shadow work, the switch work, the program that I have, I call it the AHHLoA Switch program for a couple different reasons. It's kind of a lengthy title with a lot of inside things, but the switch part comes from, again, shadow work, swa, And then the itch is the inner child healing. You put the shadow work up with the inner child healing, you have a light flip that is just switched on in your life, in your brain. Things are now flowing the way that they should flow. Things are now going the way that they should go. Your mind gets flowing the right way, on the right level, on the right frequency. And then your emotions get flowing on the right frequency. And then everything will get alignment, from your actions to your habits to your karma, will all be part of this new cycle that we're starting. And it's a commitment. It's a commitment to going within. It's a commitment to the lifestyle of change and growth and evolution. And you don't just do it once and then forget about it. You make this part of your life and it really helps you in all ways, shape, and form. For real. Like basically anything you want to do with your life, because it is excuse me, again, it's cut in with the, the first part of it is the holistic law of attraction. So definitely check out the program. Very slight investment for the things that it can do for you in your life. Okay, so stay tuned with the beauty of life. Okay, stay tuned with the higher messages coming to you. Always be on the lookout for those and how they can help you in your situation. Take those walks, do those walking meditations. Stay in balance with your life and with your pure side, and do that with the shadow work again. That is what is leading you where you need to go. Things are effortless for you. They can really fall into place for you in a very almost seemingly effortless way, when all you have to do is focus on your energy. Focus on that bubble around you that keeps you in that positive intention, keeps you in that state of growth, keeps you in that higher love, higher mentality, love for everyone, love, agape love, unconditional love for your person, unconditional love for yourself. No matter what mistakes have been made, no matter what is happening, no matter what thoughts come rushing in, you just let them come and go, because the truth is a vast ocean inside of us that we just connect to and that we just go back to. And it's a safe place to be. And again, keep this bubble around you, protect yourself, and always try to be your highest self as much as you possibly can, okay? So yeah, much love, many blessings, take care, and I will talk to you guys so very soon. Peace.